I'm making my shrimp and pineapple not-so-po' boys. To get going, I'm actually salting these shrimp. They were previously frozen, they're deveined, I've got about a pound, and I've taken the tails off too. They'll cook up nice and plump, full of that shrimpy flavor. It's a great little trick, especially if you buy frozen shrimp. So I'm gonna let them sit for about 5 minutes. It looked like a lot of salt, don't worry, we're gonna wash a lot of it off. I love serrano peppers. They're hotter than jalapenos, 5 times hotter, so be a little careful. But if you don't like the heat, use my little trick. Grab a little measuring spoon and scoop out the seeds and the membranes, because that is where your heat is. Look how easily that comes out. And then that way, you're just gonna get that nice sort of peppery flavor, but none of the heat. So this is the basis of a lot of Indian dishes. Onions, serrano peppers, there's usually garlic and ginger. And keep this nice and simple so it doesn't overpower the pineapple. Let's add the onions and the serrano peppers to the pan. There we go, that's good. I'm using half a teaspoon of whole cumin seeds. I'm sure you're familiar with, really warm and smoky, and half a teaspoon of whole fennel seeds. Tastes a little bit like licorice, but when you put these two together along with the serrano peppers and the onions, oh, it really smells like India. It's this really gorgeous smell. Oh, it smells so good. Okay, I'm gonna chop these pineapple chunks into sort of finer pieces. They're a little big for me. And don't forget, honey, you can make a nice cocktail with all that juice. Okay, all done. So I'm gonna add some turmeric to my onions and serrano peppers, just a half teaspoon. You're probably more familiar with turmeric than you think because this is what gives that ballpark mustard its bright yellow color. It's turmeric. I'm adding it now so that it doesn't burn. I just want it to release some of that great peppery, almost mustardy flavor. It's very warm, ever so slightly bitter. And look at that pop of color. It's so beautiful. So let's add our nice bright pineapple. Oh, I love it. I'm just gonna let this cook down. It's nice and cool now, I'm putting this in this bowl. Look how gorgeous and golden it is. Nice and sweet with some little Indian spices, little touches here and there. I'm just gonna add some nice fresh cilantro to it. This really brings out all those Indian flavors, all that nice smokiness. And it doesn't look too bad either, does it? Now for the mayo. Now this is just gonna hold my chutney together so it doesn't fall off my po' boy. So I'm just adding a little bit at a time so I don't add too much mayo. This actually looks great, so let me just have a quick little taste. Just wanna make sure. Oh, it's so nutty and delicious and sweet. I'm gonna add a little more salt, a little bit of pepper, and that's done. That's your pineapple mayo, all finished. It's just gonna deepen in flavor while I work on my shrimp. This is my gorgeous shrimp and pineapple not-so-po' boy. That's my delicious pineapple mayo that went over the top there, cooked with fennel and cumin, lots of cilantro, just fresh and sweet and nutty. And then this is the shrimp that I marinated in Cajun seasoning, dredged in cornmeal to get that nice crispiness, and fried. How pretty does that look, right? Just to finish it off, I'm gonna add a little lettuce, some freshness, some tomato, and whenever I have tomatoes, I always add just a little bit of salt. It brings out some of its nice sweetness. Right, just like that. Beautiful. So now I have 4 of them for me and my friends. Pretty ladies. But let me just make sure it tastes good. So I got a little shrimp, little mayo over the top. It's so bright. So crispy, so full of flavor. That pineapple is so nice and sweet.